along with the physical injury, guys, is all as bad as each other, because I saw an article a couple months back in regards to a ex-soldier who was running around with a, I don't think it was a real gun, but he was holding like a rifle or something, and he got shot by police because he was going through stuff and he hadn't been adequately like looked into or cared for. So I think sometimes like the long-term care is also essential for soldiers coming out. Even if you think they're fine, they might not necessarily be fine, as you might know from some of your colleagues as well. So yeah, it's essential.
I mean, that's the thing, like with your mental health, your mind creates your version of reality. It's the world that you live in. So if I put this t-shirt on now and I feel my mind says I don't look right in this t-shirt, if you say I know you look fine, it don't matter what you're saying. It just matters what my mind's telling me. So I've got to go and change it now. And that's the problem. Like once your mind, if and when it says, right, I'm going to go through this zone here and think about things, smell things or whatever, once it's made that decision, it almost don't matter what anyone else is saying. It has to go through it. And you better hope that at the end of it, you're kind of okay. I remember years ago, I can't remember how, it got about like 4 years ago. And I don't even recall this. I was already feeling a bit just like, And then the next day I woke up at my parents' house. I was on the sofa and my shoulder was hurting. And I was like, because I don't live at my parents' house. So I was like, how comes I'm not at home? And during the night, at some point, I was acting a bit weird, my missus said. And I then thought I had to like protect the family and get weapons together and things like that. And apparently I flew down the flight of stairs and just bounced up as if nothing even happened. And that's where I must have hurt my shoulder. And I was going a bit crazy, apparently. And then an ambulance came. I think the police came, and I think my parents convinced them, because my girlfriend and my parents, and my parents convinced them to just let me stay at theirs. And they were going to take me in. And I just woke up on the sofa, like, why am I not at home? This isn't my ceiling kind of thing when I open my eyes, you know what I mean? And again, that had nothing to do with me. That was my mind. And then once it had gone through that and it just disappeared, that's it. So I can't tell you anything more about it. It just happened. And that's the thing. Like, you don't know when these things are going to happen. When they do happen, you don't know how you're going to react to it. By the time you've calmed down, you've been shot by the police kind of thing, you're dead. So, I mean, sometimes, it's really not you. It's just your mind's just taken over. I mean, how many times, like, if I said to you, go for a run this evening, like 10 miles, your body might feel like, but your mind might think no, and then your gut's a bit, I don't know. Like, it's hard to get everything together to come together and say, let's do this. And I think mentally, sometimes your mind is so powerful that it overrides everything. So even if deep down, you know what you're doing or what you're thinking isn't right, you can't stop it, if you know what I mean? It just takes over fully. And then you're in a zone. And that's why it's annoying, because I feel fine now, but I don't know if at any point my mind's going to flare up something that happened 13 years ago whilst I'm walking a dog, if you know what I mean. And I've got no control over that. So I'm just living life now the best I can.